What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. Of course, another barn burner out there. As you can see, I am burnt to a crisp, feeling it, but I hope you're all feeling great and having yourselves a fantastic day. Appreciate you all taking the time here, hitting the like button, sharing this bad boy, subscribing, and joining the family. Cannot thank you enough for the support, but I'm hungry as hell. Would love to get a shower, but we got a little bit of news, so I thought we could touch up on it real quick. Now, we talked about this yesterday, so bringing it back around. I saw a lot of videos from your favorite creators talking about how Eagles made the biggest mistake ever, getting Danny Gray, all that, a lot of confusion. Let's get things figured out here. But before we do that, 36 days away from defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles football. Let's effing go. Hope that you are as excited as I am. I don't know if you guys are with me yet in this dynasty idea. I know all of you said I was crazy last year for thinking this team could win the Super Bowl and build a dynasty. But you're right. I am fucking crazy. And, well, I was right. And we did win the Super Bowl. Now we're building a dynasty. If you're with me, give me a little go birds. Maybe a little like button. Whatever you want to do to support the channel and show, hey, you know what? I am going to support the Eagles this year. If you're with me, you're with our birds. Let's go. Now, I know you sickos are with me because you're always riding. We're always flying. Let's effing go and fly right into this information. Now, you heard it yesterday. We talked about this. Ife Adaye, Adayi, I think it was. Ife Adayi. Yes. So, anyways, I might be butchering it, but we signed him. We talked about Danny Gray being waived with that injury designation. So I thought, we've already talked about Danny Gray last year when we signed him, but you see at the bottom there where it says if he goes unclaimed, he'll revert to IR. So I always explain this, but people seem to miss it. A basic thing where they're not just waived, they're waived with that injury settlement or injury designation. Jesus. So you are waiving them so they can be claimed, the priority list. People can, 31 teams can put in a waiver. Whoever the highest one is gets them. Great. If they don't do that, which is what happened today, he goes unclaimed. Therefore, with that injury designation, you just saw it with Marcus Tate the other day when I showed you, he reverts to the Eagles IR. Now, he can come off IR when he's healthy. They can release him with an injury settlement. Maybe they do that and try to put him on the practice squad because the season starts, whatever it is. He's still got a chance. Now, I know a lot of people are out there saying this is wide receiver 2. This guy is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I know the media is catching people off guard here. They do it every year. You remember John Ross was wide receiver 1 for the Eagles last year, and we should trade Jalen Hurts. That's what the media pushes. I'm going to push my narratives, which are facts-based. So we'll see what happens again this year. Maybe, they could be right like me all the time, or they can continue just looking like complete morons. Trade Jalen Hurts, fire. Howie Roseman, fire next year. Dog, they were saying that last year. Your favorite content creators were making videos, funeral videos, how Jalen Hurts sucks and it's over for. Tell them to watch these videos. Let's get you learning some of the basics here, and then you can start telling people what kind of expert you are. But Danny Gray, we talked about him last year. You know all about him. I brought the graphics from last year. I changed his age and experience. I'm not doing anything else. You can see, maybe this is why they think he's wide receiver 1. You can see what an NFL career he has had. 13 games, 0 starts. 1 catch on 7 targets, 10 yards, 0.8 yards per game. Ooh. Those numbers will come right out at you. Now, we talked about this last year when we signed him. Obviously, not getting much out of that. Former 3rd-round pick in 2022. Not seeing much in the NFL so far. Now, went to Blinn, and then transferred to SMU. So, look, this is a kid. He's got the speed. He's more so, in my opinion, Danny Gray, as you can see here, 1,251 yards, 15.3 yards per catch there, 13 touchdowns, got return capability. You can see he's got talent. But when it comes to being a wide receiver in the NFL, like you can be fast, that's great. But we just mentioned John Ross. He was fast, does not matter. You got to be able to run routes. You got to be able to catch the ball, and that's 2 things I don't know all about with him. He's got to get stronger, got to get better at blocking, got to be able to beat the press. He's far off from whatever the media is trying to paint as this guy is, wide receiver 2 or 3 or whatever. That's not the reality. That's why he was waived, and they were willing to put him in harm's way that he could be claimed by someone. They knew no one was going to claim him because he's not wide receiver 1, no matter what media is telling you what out there. Decent player. Kid's got high upside. Good luck to him. But Yeah, he'd be lucky if he can make it to the practice squad this year. So, yeah, that's Danny Gray. That's what's going on. We talked about Adai yesterday. If you missed that, go check that video out. But I will show you the updated depth chart just in case you missed it, or maybe you're new to the channel and you want to know how this stuff works. But we talk about every move. We take a look at what it does to the team, what's going on. And obviously, we, within this past week, got to add the injury list, which I hate. But we have Gray and now Tate as well on IR. You have Nakobe Dean on the PUP list. So those are the guys that you will not see on the depth chart. That is where they are. We'll take a look here. What was affected by Danny Gray? Obviously, he's gone now out of that wide receiver list. And you add Adai there. So fantastic. And then when you're looking at the special teams department, obviously I took off Danny Gray and replaced him with Adai there as well. He brings return capability. We'll see if he can do that. Provide, a body in camp while Gray is gone, or just the entire time. You need bodies. So, it is what it is, man. Adai is not wide receiver 1 now. Don't let the media get you there either. I know that he just got signed right before preseason. Just try to think about what that means. Now, you see the defense here. I know nothing happened, but just to show you the best defense in the NFL. And maybe I'll ask this question too. Do you believe me yet that this is going to be the best defense in the NFL? Oh, wait, we already were. Can we do it again? We're going to find out. If you missed last year's video on Vic Fangio, that extensive breakdown of how his defense works, why we were going to be the best defense in the league and all that stuff, go check it out, man. I think a lot of people can learn a lot before talking and not understanding, what a linebacker is or what an edge is or what the difference of these things is. We got to get the media learning how this basic stuff works. But until then, I've got you sickos riding with me, so that's all I need. But just to remind you one last time, 36 days until defending Super Bowl champion for Philadelphia Eagles. Don't know if I can even say it because I'm so effing excited. Ready to run through some walls. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch my birds go repeat and then go ahead and build that dynasty we talked about last year. Let me know if you're with me. But if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe. Really do. Really do appreciate all the support you guys are giving. I apologize some days. I have to wait so late to do any of this stuff. I work hard, as you can probably see. And I want you to know that I'm always here for you. You guys have any questions, you can always comment on these videos. You can reach out on any of these platforms, whatever it is. I'm always here for you guys. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great week. We're halfway through. Let's have it go. Over halfway through. So let's get excited for this weekend. Tomorrow, Eagles will be back at practice. I will be back live tomorrow to talk about that. Need anything, reach out. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!